At the beginning of this season, there was cause for celebration as more than 330,000 monarchs were counted. That's more than any that's been counted since 2000, and a significant increase from a low of just more than 2,000 counted in 2020. But a recent count saw a nearly 60% drop from the beginning of the season.
It's also pretty normal to have declines with crazy climatic events.
Pam Horsley is the entomology collections manager at the San Diego Natural History Museum. In other words,
I'm a librarian of insects.
She says the higher number of die-offs is disheartening, but not all monarchs make it through the season. The normal range is between 38 and 49%, but the higher population count this year means
there's probably going to be more survivors as well, right? So that gives me hope that even if it's been a cold, wet winter, that there will be more survivors here in the spring flying soon.
Pat Flanagan with the Butterfly Farm in North County says now is not the time to give up. He says the monarchs are adaptive.
It wasn't really what we wanted to have happen, but I feel like the monarchs are very resilient, and I would expect, especially with all this rain, that we'll see a lot of plant material this summer, not just for monarchs, but for all butterflies. I would expect we'd have a pretty good butterfly year.
Experts say with all the rain we've been having, now is a perfect time to start planting native plants, especially milkweeds. It's the only plant where female monarchs will lay their eggs. While San Diego is not a huge overwintering site for monarch butterflies, Ann Baldridge with the Conservation District of Greater San Diego says we have monarchs year-round here.
Creating habitat for them is very important. So they need both breeding habitat and they need nectar habitat, or nectaring habitat, where they can go and stock up on food for energy for flying. So planting milkweed is the #1 thing that we can do.
Back at the Natural History Museum, Horsley says scientists don't really know why the monarch population is rebounding, but it's good that more efforts are being made to preserve the species.
There's more land being preserved. This is such a high priority. And we know that the habitat is going away very, very quickly, that there's been more attention to try to preserve that habitat so we can help these species survive.
Alexander Nguyen, KPBS News.